talk but don't walk the walk. I talk and walk. So that being said, I'm joining my community to make it better because I know we could do a lot. My community is so diverse. We could have festivals. We could have a little caravan if we really wanted to. To be honest with you, we have the food. We have the open space. We have the traffic lights to control the traffic, and we have borders. We could do a lot. It just takes your mind and your focus and your energy to get it done. So, for my 2019 to 2020, maybe 2022, is to run for the council in my community. Nice. So I could be more hands-on with the development of the fundings and making events, because me personally, I have a lot of ideas, and a lot of people love to abuse my ideas and trademark it as their own, which I don't like. So now I'm going to be in the forefront with my own ideas and my own vision instead of somebody jacking my shit.
So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just even the fact that when he came to me about doing the podcast, you saw for me, like, I was just like, yo, I'm in. I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was a great, venture and a great avenue to spread the message, spread what you felt to say. And as you realize, like, I have a lot of opinions and a lot of things to say as well.
That's why I came to you.
Yeah. So it's like, I think that's a great, venture that you're doing. And in regards to, like, the community, I think it's, it's really positive, and I think it's really good for everybody to do something in regards to their community.
Yeah, you have to.
Even if it's not in your specific community, but just for, people in general, finding time to, like, go to a food kitchen and just help, or doing those cleanups on the road, or at what's it called, Lakeshore and whatnot. Yeah. Just being a part of your community, doing something to to help out, and especially with the stuff with younger generations. Like, I feel with part of the problem with the whole being on the iPhone and being on the laptops and the blah blah blah. The parents, you need to start kicking your kids out of the house, like forcibly telling them, like, you need to go outside from when they're young. Like, not just letting them sit in front of a TV and the TV watch them. Put them outside. Or even, take your kids out. Go get out of the house and go out to parks with them. Do stuff with them so that makes them want to be outside and be more active. You have too many of these kids that are just like, oh, it's like, okay, go outside and play. And do what? Like, I am playing. I'm playing my video games. It's like, just be more involved in your kid's life when they're doing those kind of things. And, that's a better way of even being, more involved in your community. Like, join a Boys and Girls Club. Get your kids involved in, like, doing sports. Being active and volunteer to help. Volunteering is a great way of being involved in your community. Just volunteering for anything that's possible. I think, and, bro, if you run, I got you. I'll work with you. Because I know you have a lot of great ideas and a lot of things that you could do to help your community. And the fact that I see that, you're doing everything possible to, find your full potential, I'll work with you. You got my support on that.
I respect that.
So, moving on. Next thing we're going to talk about today is, let's see.
I think it's my rant time.
Oh, yeah. It's time for TJ's rant.
All right. Let me just do a little stretch.
Oh, boy.
All right. So, lately in my DMs, okay, I've been getting attacked by black females and shea butter dudes. I'm gonna give you my explanation why I call them shea butter dudes soon. But I get attacked verbally and everything from black females saying that I am the reason why black couples are not together. I'm the reason why black girls go to other races who hurt me, and I don't know how to maintain love, etc., etc., etc. Then the shea butter dudes, aka the righteous guys, saying that maybe I don't know or I don't have a good connection with God to maintain a relationship, or I don't bend backwards and cater to my previous exes. That's why I failed. I wasn't deeply bonded with them on a spiritual level. That's why my stuff failed, and I shouldn't be in a relationship until I learn so I've learned to have a better relationship with God, or be a Jeffrey with my exes. But on the good side, I had black women applaud me, saying that if I was born in the 70s and 80s, I would be a king. Like, I know what I'm talking about. You have a lot of knowledge in your young age. Yeah, I'm 27, and don't change. I also have other guys coming to me as well and saying like, yo, you're speaking knowledge. A lot of these guys are still plugged into the matrix, and they don't know how to process your information correctly. To them, it's just error. What with the real men and women, it's a lot of zeros and ones, zero, ones and ones. So that being said, get off my nuts, because if I'm speaking in the knowledge and you're getting butthurt, that's something in your life that you need to switch up or fix. Don't get mad at the messenger. You know what I'm saying? If my words and how I communicate or my vocabulary offends you when I talk about relationships and females, you need to fix up. It's not me, it's you. Thank you. Next. For the men that have an issue with me going my own way and not seeking validation from females, you could sit on my nuts, because you are the main issue with relationships. You're the one that girls look like you're not a challenge. This is too easy. You're not making this fun, or you're not making me feel a certain type of way. You're just a yes man. You're a Jeffrey. To the point they get turned off when they're around real men, aka myself. To the point they don't know how to react and respond being with somebody that's mature like I am, because of you guys. So take that side of the fence and kiss my ass. If you want to still slide in my DMs, I am ready. I am built for this. I love this. The hate fills me. I don't want to say it, but I get aroused from the hatred. So bring it. I love it. Thank you. Next.
Wow. That was friggin' powerful. So I got a little thing I want to say, because I feel like what you said really makes, is really poignant.
Yeah.
Your man makes a lot of sense. You know what? I want to address these shea butter dudes too.
Yeah.
All right, look here. Get off your SJW tip, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get off of it. If you want to be on an SJW tip to empower somebody, fine. Empower them on your own time. Stop trying to come after people to try and bring them down, to bring yourself up. Stop trying to be self-righteous. You shea butters have an issue with men who have something to really say. As soon as we speak up our voice and we say, what we have to say because we actually feel it, we're not jumping on a bandwagon. We're not jumping on somebody else's, as you would say, nuts. Mm-hmm. We're speaking our own truth. We're speaking our own things. You might not agree with it. That's perfectly fine. But don't try to tear people down because you don't agree with what they have to say.
100%.
It is perfectly fine and it is perfectly, manly to have an argument, to have a discussion, to have a disagreement. But you're a bitch when you just jump onto something because you have nothing productive to say.
The nerves.
The audacity, the nerve, the pure, as you would say, old school, tomfoolery that you think you have any right to say anything to either myself or TJ or anybody else who's speaking their truth to bring them down. Go suck salt. Burn in the fires of Babylon. Because, you ain't worth it. And now for my females. I know you're upset. I know some of the things that we might say may upset you. But realize this. Though it upsets you, sit back and think. Sit back and analyze what we're saying. We're not trying to demean you. We're not trying to destroy you. We're not trying to break you down. We're trying to give you some sense from our perspective. Now, I know there are some females out there that feel that, it's just two guys ranting and blasting us for our relationships. You need to have a female voice. You need to have a female's perspective. And yeah, eventually we will have another female's perspective on here.
We're supposed to, but she wanted to move like a brat.
But hey, that's neither here nor there. We will eventually have another female's perspective on here, and I would expect that when we do, she'll have her points, she'll have her opinions, and as men, we will respect her. We might not agree, she might not agree with us, but we will have an honest discussion.
Guaranteed.
And we'd appreciate and expect that when you hear our points of view at this present time, you might not agree, and that's perfectly fine. But she'll show us the respect that we're due. We're grown men. We're thinking, we're talking, we're speaking freely. Respect us as we've shown you respect. And now, thank you for being with us on this episode 4.
Episode 4.
Again, my name is Othello. You can find me on Instagram as Othello or Ianletta. I just said Othello because I'm really emotional about this right now. But you can find me on Instagram as Ianletta. And of course, as always, my man TJ, where can they find you?
You can find me on IG at The Looking Glass 1. My other accounts, I'll put it on in the description below. It's too many.
Yeah. So we're going to just stay on The Looking Glass and Ianletta. Thank you for joining us on episode 4. We really appreciate that you guys have been, sticking with us and listening. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Den of Vowels on Instagram. Leave your comments, your opinions, as you apparently been doing. And please, we appreciate the positive comments. We acknowledge the negative ones because, people feel the way they feel.
I love the negative ones more.
But thank you again for joining us on episode 4, and we'll be back again soon with episode 5.
Stay tuned.
Peace.